Hi guys. Hi, how are you today? So, I've been working on a book. God's been nudging me to finish it. I realized that even though I felt the urge to do it for some time, I figured out why I was putting it off. Uh, the first chapter definitely put me in a dark place for a minute because it reminded me of things that happened when I was a child. And I feel on my heart I've definitely experienced what I have gone through and know that many others have. And a lot of times we stuff things, we ignore it, we put it away, we run from it, we hide from it, and we don't realize that we're actually taking stock, that each situation that we're not dealing with over a period of time begins to build up. And, I reached the point of seeking my purpose, and I realized, there was a time that I was doing for work what I love to do, and nudges me to go back. I know back then I took a break because it does get overwhelming. I'm definitely an empath. I love more, I give more, I do more, I feel more. And years ago, I was a child crisis counselor for New Alternatives. And these kids were tough, bad behavior problems, depression, suicidal. They were in between like foster homes and juvenile hall, unable to be placed. And these kids had sad stories. My mom's a prostitute or sells drugs, or, my dad's in prison. And there was one particular girl I'll never forget. I was doing bed checks, and her room was dark. She had her light off, but she was sitting in the corner, and she had her knees drawn to her, and she was really, really down. And I made a point to sit down beside her. I was very kind to her feelings, and I just openly spoke, and I didn't rehearse. But I said to her, I understand your pain. I have experienced it. And I began to tell her,
it's on purpose.
Think about it this way. We all set goals for ourselves, right? And I want you to know that even though your parents couldn't do something, it doesn't mean that you can't. You can overcome the grief in your heart and do so much more for yourself. You got to dig inside you and find that drive, that goal, that urge, that push, that drive. So I said, think about it this way. Imagine that you want to climb Mount Everest. Your parents, your family members, even your friends, everyone's, gathered, and they're all going, no way, you can't do it. No way, no way. I've never done it, so there's no way you could do it. I said, but you feel this push to do it, so you begin to climb it. And it's tough, you begin to be, sweating and tired, and sometimes you feel like you're going to slip, your foot or your hand while you're working at it, but you stay determined and you keep climbing, even if it takes you a long time, even if you have to rethink how you're going to do it, but you keep doing it. And you hear in your mind, you're never going to get there, you're never going to do it. I wasn't able to. I said, and then when you reach the top, grab a towel or your t-shirt or something and you wipe your face off all the dirt and the sweat. Remember that you couldn't do it, but yet you're there. And you take a deep breath and you look up and you go, wow, I did it. And then you glance down and you see those people there. The people that said you couldn't do it, and the people that didn't do it because they couldn't do it or didn't want to do it, really. Imagine how good it's going to feel, how amazing an accomplishment is, because you fought for yourself. You put in the effort, you had the drive, you had the goal, and you met your goal. I don't remember how much more I said after that, but I remember checking on her over the next few days, few weeks, and her behavior completely changed and improved. And I kept updating her files, and she finally had a good transition. And I never will forget how good I felt that, there'd be times I would do bed checks, and she would be in the bathroom and the light would be on, and she'd turn around and she'd have this big smile on her face, and she's, hi, guess how good I was this week? Guess what things I'm doing? And it just made me feel so good that I was like, wow, just one person. How many more, can I help? There was another little girl. Oh, this one was hard. She was 11, and the police brought her to me, and they wanted me to evaluate her, put her on a hold. And I said, no, I'm not going to take her. I want you to take her to the emergency room. Because I could smell alcohol. And I don't mean like alcohol like on your breath. It was like she was sweating it. And I just felt this urge that she needed to be seen by a doctor. So they argued with me a little bit. A lot of times they just want to hand over the case and go, But I said, no, take her across the street, take her to the ER. So they did. I remember a couple hours later, I got a phone call from the doctor that treated her. And he said, I want to let you know that you made a good call. Had this little girl went to sleep, she would have died of alcohol poisoning. So I just felt like, wow, it's that gut, it's the instinct, it's the knowledge, and helping someone, even possibly saving a life. That's a big deal. I just feel like as I'm working through these issues now, because I'm forced to write in this book and putting it out, I want to send the message that you can be healthy. You can have a drive. You can have a purpose. You can work through even the hardest events in your life. A lot of it is within you, that drive, that push, whatever it is, whatever it takes to find it, to grab on it, to hold it tight. And you just need to push through it. Because when you come out on the other side, you're going to feel so accomplished. And then understand truly when someone else goes through it. Be able to let them know, hey, you're not alone. I've gone through that. I can let you know how I did it, or you can do it your way and then tell the next person how you did it. And I want that so much for so many people. It would be great to know that loving unconditionally, being there, being supportive, equality, that more people would be like that. There's so many things that are going on bad in the world, and it can really bring you down. It's normal and healthy even to have a bad day or to have some issue that you're struggling to deal with. It's okay to have that moment. It's okay to be there. The biggest point, though, is to not stay stuck. Don't let it consume you. Don't let it affect your life. Don't begin addictions and think that because you're numbing and you don't feel it, that it's not there, that it's not going to remain there until you're ready to deal with it. You're ready to push through it, to heal, to move on, to learn from it.